What up, y'all? Again, I know y'all probably like, damn, bitch, is you gonna change your clothes? Y'all finna get this bulk content. Mind your business and get your pen and paper so you can take some notes, okay? I know in the last video, I talked about have a good trip, but I want to talk to y'all about a time that I didn't have such a good time doing shrooms. I talk about all my good experiences, but I would be a hypocrite and a liar if I didn't tell y'all about the one time I just did not have a good experience. Did I need it? Yes. Did I like it? No. Let's get into it. Right before my 30th birthday, and honestly, it was like the week before my 30th birthday, a friend was in town. He was staying with another friend to help her with healing after a surgery. Hadn't seen his friend in a long time, so of course I go over to kick it like, yes, babe, we finna kick it. Like, I fucking missed your ass. Definitely gonna be there all night. So of course I'm like, fuck it, I'm finna do some shrooms. I really should not have, because there was a lot of stuff that I was holding on to that I just needed to let go of that I wasn't. And it was completely unintentional, but he and I started having a conversation and it really turned into me just having word vomit. I don't know how else to explain it, but I just started spitting out all this shit because I feel like when you are intuitive enough about your friends, you could just tell like, bro, what's wrong? And don't lie to me. Tell me everything. And I feel like it was just one of those conversations. I've been contemplating a lot of things. A lot of changes were about to start happening in my life. And I just was feeling away. We had this conversation, and honestly, although I did not like the way I felt, it was necessary because I was finally able to vent and take off the filter. There are people who can understand you at your like ground zero assholeness, and then there are 98% of people who cannot. He's one of those people who can understand. So me just literally venting about all the things I was legitimately angry about, I was able to just be fucking angry, free of any type of like, oh, well, now I look at her differently because if she mad, like, I feel like it is so arrogant and selfish to judge people who are just being completely vulnerable and stripping all their layers off to be like they just straight up self without having to sugarcoat shit for other people's like protection or whatever. And it is so critical to have friends that you could do that shit with, because honestly, some of the shit that I was able to just say and get off of my chest, he was like, yup, and I feel like that too sometimes. And I'm like, because he is a complete sweetheart. Like, me and Tito just really had the conversation that I needed. I didn't like the way that I was feeling, but I felt a lot better after it was all over with and it was said and done. I felt a lot lighter. Anybody who know me know that I do not fucking cry. I was bawling and it felt good. Did it fuck up my trip? Yeah, because my association with shrooms is that it always make me feel good. And this time I did not fucking feel good. But I also did follow my own advice. When you're going through shit, you should not be doing it unless you're ready to walk to the fucking front door of your problems. I was not ready to take that walk, but I took it right before I turned 30. So my 30th birthday was even more freeing. It was more exciting. I was ready to enter a new decade and just not have to be bringing all this fucking baggage from 20 to 30. Was it a loss? No. Do I feel good? Yes. Was it worth it? Yes. And for some people who may have went through what I went through, feeling the way I felt, they would have been like, man, I was having a bad trip. No, that was not a bad trip. That was a time for me to release shit. That was not bad for me. That was good for me. It was productive for me. And it honestly strengthened my friendship with Tito. So is that a bad thing? No, it is not. I do not look at that as bad, because my perspective is that of optimism. My perspective is that of growth. My perspective is that of temporary pain for long-term results. And that's what I feel like I got. That's what I feel like I got. For the people who are afraid to walk up to their trauma and they fear and they anxiety or whatever the fuck you holding on to or dealing with, and you contemplating using shrooms to address that, I feel like if you're not absolutely ready, don't do it. Don't do it. I wasn't ready and I did it anyway. And I had to bite the bullet on it, but my long-term payout was worth it. People who have been in my comments asking me like, do you think I should do shrooms because, you know, I have anxiety, I have depression? No. If anything, I think you should probably microdose. But microdosing is not going to be the end all be all. You have to be ready to do the work. A lot of people are not ready to do the work. Are you ready to do the work? My experiences, I take them for what they are. If you know your limit, you know what you can handle, you know what you can take. If you like me, well, ain't nobody like me. I'm the only me there is in meing, but no, but like in all seriousness, that was the only time that shrooms was a lot for me, but I needed it. And I'm different and better because of it. I am so grateful for my friend Tito. This is another thing that I want to talk about. When you are venting to people, you need to make sure that they have the space for that. He had the space for it. But other people may be dealing with shit and they don't have the space for that. That's why I keep telling y'all, you have to be very particular and careful about who you allow in your space when you may be vulnerable. That was a very vulnerable time for me. And the way he handled it, the comfort that he provided, the security that I felt with him, completely unmatched. Completely. So I am fortunate enough to have had that type of support. Everybody won't have that, and shrooms won't give you that. So if you are trying to use psychedelics as a means to get to that, you also have to consider the variables. If you're willing to take a chance, take that chance optimistically. If you're not going to be optimistic about it, I do not recommend you take it at all. I hope this video has helped y'all. And everything that I do as far as this series, I'm being transparent. I'm showing y'all my cards because I'm not perfect. And one other thing that I'm not is a liar. I'm straight up about my shit. I'm 10 toes. I hope that my transparency empowers somebody else to just tell their portion, tell their story, talk about the things that's fucking them up, and get to a place where they optimistic enough about it to get to a healthy spot of making a change or being ready to take on the changes that are going to come interpersonally with tackling something that has leverage over you. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I will catch y'all on the flip side. Peace out.